Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Old Time Rock and Roll. I'm your host, David Tier, where I've been featuring my personal top 3,000 songs of the rock era from 1954 to 1999. Today I'm up to song number 2848, which is Don't Ask No Questions by Lynyrd Skynyrd. This was released on their album titled Second Helping. I believe it was their second album to be released. The first was just called Lynyrd Skynyrd. This came out in 1974, or their first album came out in 73. And here's a picture of the band Lynyrd Skynyrd shortly after they got started. They've gone through many, many membership changes over the years. They're still around, but I don't think they have any of their original members. Anyway, I'll talk a little bit about their history. They were formed in 1964 in Jacksonville, Florida, and I believe their founding members were Ronnie Van Zant, he was on vocals, Gary Rosington and Alan Collins on guitar, Larry Johnstrom on bass, and Bob Burns on drums. And I believe they met in high school, and they first started recording. I guess, professionally in 1971, and they had, like I said, very many membership changes. Johnston in 71 was replaced by Greg T. Walker. Burns was replaced by Ricky Medlock. In 72, Walker was replaced by Leon Wilkinson, and later by Billy Powell. Or no, Billy Powell was added keyboardist. And then in 73, Wilkinson was replaced by Ed King. And then Ed King was replaced in 75 by Steve Gaines, who was joined with his sister, Cassie Gaines, both on vocals. So they had very, like I said, a lot of membership changes. But then, before I get into, maybe I should get into discography first. So what hits did they have? Well, they didn't have a lot of hits. Like I said, the first two hits, Give Me Three Steps, that was released in 1973. And then the following year, they had Don't Ask Me No Questions, the one I'm featuring today. Neither of those songs hit the top 100. Neither of them were hits. And later in 74, they had Sweet Home Alabama, which is probably their most well known song, also their biggest hit. It was only top 10. It went to number 8. Later that year, they had Freebird. The original, that actually had two releases. The 1974 release went to number 19, and then in 77, 76, they re-released it as a live version, which went to number 38. Another one of their best known songs. Um, and then in 75, they also had a song called Saturday Night Special, which went to number 27. In 76, they had Double Trouble, which went to number 80. In 77, this was a posthumous hit. I was going to get to this. They had a fatal plane crash, unfortunately, that killed four of their members, late 77. But then they had a posthumous hit called What's Your Name, which went to number 13. And finally, 78, they had You Got That Right, which went to number 80, or 69, rather. And yeah, I want to talk about their plane crash. This was a tragic thing. October 20th, 1977. I actually remember when it happened. I was riding the school bus to high school that day. I was a sophomore at my high school, and everybody was talking about because Lynyrd Skynyrd was very popular when I was in high school. I mean, Free Bird was one of the most popular songs at the time. It was almost as popular as Stairway to Heaven. And of course, Sweet Home Alabama was another big hit of theirs everybody knew about. And unfortunately, they had this terrible plane crash. It was a Convair, I believe. I don't know the model number, but here's a picture of them inside the plane. I guess it was a private jet. They chartered. I don't know what they're doing inside. It looks like a couple are playing solitaire. And I don't know what the guy on the right is smoking. He's probably toking. And then one, the guy's just doing playing a guitar. Looks like they're kind of jamming on the plane. But unfortunately, I don't know the circumstances behind this plane crash, but it did crash. It crashed um, somewhere in the south. I think it was maybe Gainesville, Alabama, I think. And I think all four of the members that were in the plane died. Everybody died on this plane. And that's the wreckage. So very, very tragic event. Seems like a lot of great rock singers have died in plane crashes. Unfortunately, we all know about the day the music died when Buddy Holly and Richie Valens and the Big Bopper perished, February 3rd, 1959. There've been other bad ones. I believe Otis Redding was killed in a plane crash in '68, and Ricky Nelson in '85. I don't know, and Patsy Cline in '63. So, but very tragic thing. But anyway, I think Lynyrd Skynyrd was a really good group. They had some good hits. One of my favorite Southern rock bands. And anyway, that's my profile on "Don't Ask Me No Questions" by Lynyrd Skynyrd. Thank you, as Elvis would say, thank you very much. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next.